Managers, every time I start to think I'm finally knowledgeable enough to count myself as one of you in this community, the game goes and throws something new at us that blows my mind. From an army of gnomes to a mysterious black obelisk that distorts people, I'm diving deep into not one but two Intervallos this time around. So, hold on, we have a lot to cover today, including hidden horror elements that these Intervallos have. At this point in the game, I think I've established a style that fellow managers enjoy. But seriously, what the fuck was going on when we went through the back rooms of the bus just to end up in a hell-inspired version of Santa's workshop? To tell you the truth, I had not read Leviathan at this point, and had no idea that corridors like this existed. Getting introduced to so much new tech and these two Intervallos was actually kind of cool. I mean, we did get some new tech in Canto 5, but it was more like a passing mention and not a cool look into what makes the world go round. It wasn't much of a reveal that the demon creatures in the workshop were, well, not entirely good. However, their ability to turn people into toys and weapons was definitely a very interesting thing that they could do. Dawn, being the one to think that they were cool in the beginning with her super justice mindset, was a serious curveball to me though. Somehow these gnomes are just allowed to be, is what you think at first, until you get introduced to Crayon, who tells us of the Outskirts versions of the Fixers. I know that they are not as strong, but to me they are somehow cooler due to the fact that they're out here like rangers from Lord of the Rings, keeping the outskirts as safe as they can so that others might live. Sadly, I feel that the people from this Intervallo are the first true case of a one and done that Project Moon has done, but I'll be pleasantly surprised if they come back in a future Canto. The Santa Fight Intervallo wasn't the only place we get to see new stuff and characters. The Bone Collector introduced us to a couple of things that made me wonder things from what is that black obelisk to when will we see Kim and Ongdu again. I know I kind of buried the lead with that, but honestly, other than the sick drip of the Kurokama clan, the only things I really cared about here was the fact that whatever this black pillar is can cause people near it to distort, and I couldn't tell whether it was an abnormality, a singularity, or just some insane tech that we were purposely not told anything about. And honestly, after seeing the image in Leviathan, yes, I'm coming back here for reference again. You guys forced me to read this, so I'm going to use it. The fact that it can be used with a certain sequence, I'm going to go with tech. It might be a containment object that holds an abnormality that causes distortion, but the pillar is definitely tech, at least to me. You guys can let me know if you have a different opinion in the comments section below. And when it comes to Ongdu and Kim, for some reason they're grabbed and taken to some black box location. And you guys did your thing here. You had me fearing the Bone Collector. And then I got to him. Bamboo-hatted Kim, with all his distorted aura, standing before me. A battle to the death was certain to ensue. Harder than anything I had fought before, if what I was told beforehand was to be believed. Before I got there, my editor tried to troll me by making me bring a sinking team into the fight. Now, honestly, had I done this, this fight might have been an issue. However, before I even truly knew what was going on in the fight, me and my sinners blew through Kim's distortion. I thought I'd be here as long as I was in the Don Beck fight, but no. Am I getting better at the game, or am I being carried by Canto 8 IDs? You know what helps this community get better? If you guys like this video and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, the Bone Collector will come for you, and all you'll have is a sinking team to defend you. From the new stuff that we learned in the Intervallos to the thing that sets me apart from your normal Limbus Company channel, we dive into my childhood. The horror aspect that this section brings to the game. And oh boy, let me tell you, there is nothing here that don't at least show horror aspects. Let's put ourselves into another character's shoes for a moment. You are in your home. Your family is all around you, Let's say your parents just put you down for bed and you hear sleigh bells. In our world as a kid, this would be a great sign. Santa is coming. But you're living in the outskirts of the city now, in a frosty hellscape. You know this sound means a raid of gnomes is coming, so you try to hide, hoping against all hope that the hunters, your village protectors, are back from the hunt they recently went on, because if not, there is nothing anyone in the village can do to save you. And then you hear it, screams as those you know are brutalized by small demon creatures that keep stuffing all your friends and neighbors into sacks to throw them onto a sleigh to take them to a place you don't know. All you know is that you'll never see them again. And then you hear a crash and a scream from your own house before all goes black. And you yourself are knocked out and taken. I mean, come on, guys. That is the aspect of so many horror movies around Christmas. I mean, we can easily compare it to Krampus for the kidnapping section of this intervallo, Santa Sleighs for the evil Santa Claus, or even Jack Frost for your over-the-top weapons and snow-style monsters that might be in the outskirts. It's just crazy how easy this one is. And now for the Bone Collector. And seriously, even though it's different in many ways, there is literally a damn movie of the same name with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie in it. So let's just say, like in the last section, this is a lead buried place. But let's add one small extra thing. Now, not only do you have to worry about your mental state distorting you, now, just being close to this random ass black pillar can distort you. Whatever you do, don't go down the rabbit hole that is black pillars / obelisks and what they signify to societies throughout history. These conspiracies might just distort you themselves. Alright guys, we're moving from the horror aspects to the character development, and damn did some of the characters get some development here. Dawn is still doing so great and not being as over the top as she used to be, while still being the lovable creature who gets us to go down dangerous routes. Dante continues his development to even the amusement of Virgilius. I never thought I'd see Virgilius not punish a sinner for a fuck up. Even though Dawn got us to go see Santa real quick, when Dante stepped up, Virgie just backed down with a bit of a grin on his face. And even in the Bone Collector, Dante made several moves that normally would have gotten scorned from Virgilius. But as Dante continues to step into his leader position, everything seems to be moving smoother. My theory here is that Virgilius has something in his contract that says he must train the team to be self-sufficient or something, and he's getting happy that Dante is becoming less of a screw-up as a leader. If you guys watched my video on Monday, you know that Marisol was a character that when I started playing the game was forgettable to me. However, one of the examples that I threw out as a reason that he has grown on me comes from the Bone Collector intervallo. And I love the Marisol memes that come from the simple line, Marisol, knock her out. Yes, Dante. But let's face it, guys. While everyone has had plenty of growth in these two intervallos, you guys would beat me down with a big black bat if I didn't bring up our favorite British boy. The loudest, most boisterous member of the Sinners had a deep dive up until his canto, and it's been amazing. And it all starts with a letter. Immediately, Heathcliff's demeanor changes. Everything is truly ran by our favorite Brit here, and things that are needed for him. The gnomes, we needed a new outfit for him. You can see that he is trying to impress whoever sent that letter. And let's face it, normally Heathcliff wouldn't care about what others think of him in the slightest. We learn more about Heathcliff's past as we find out he knows how the backstreets of his nest work in brutal detail. As we make our way to find the distortion device in the Bone Collector. And still, after all of this, Raja and Yi are still getting the clothes together for the conclusion as we make our way to Heathcliff's ultimate fate and what will be the subject of the next section of our favorite game. Sadly guys, when it comes to the growth of the characters, we stop at a literal gate that is the beginning of Canto 6. But I'll tell you guys now, the next video should be a banger. There's already been so much great growth of our characters in this one, and so much that I'll tell you about in the next video. I do stream Limbus Company on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week if you guys would like to watch. If you guys like what I do and would like to be part of it, why not join our Discord, where you can talk with more of the community. It's really getting quite lively over there now. If you guys want to support the channel, do all the things that YouTubers tell you to do, like and subscribe. And one thing that I don't usually ask you guys to do would be to share the video, or if you have any friends you want to get into the game, try my first video, which will be linked on the end screen. With all that being said, remember guys, like always, be good to each other. See you in the next video. Peace.